Hello and welcome to Unacademy. Welcome to Let's Crack UPSC Civil Service Examination with India's largest learning platform. This is Raghu Chikarange Gowda with you. So I asked you to get a subscription. Then you may ask me, sir, what will I get? If you get a subscription, you'll be having structured courses, my dear students. What are the structured courses? These are the courses which are prepared from our best educators, keeping the syllabus and also previous year question papers. In doing so, these predict the nature of the questions which may appear in future. And the structured courses will be in the form of daily live classes where you can get your doubt clarified. It is as good as your offline classroom coaching. These classes will be supplemented by live tests and quizzes, my dear students. And all this will be for unlimited access. For unlimited access. Then you may ask me, sir, how to get about the subscription? First step is to download the Unacademy Learners app. My dear students, we have got many apps, dozens of apps at Unacademy. So, since you are a learner, since you are a student, you have to download the Learners app, which is freely available on Google Play and also Apple Play Store. After downloading the Unacademy app, you'll be having access to lot of other features which are not available in YouTube or any other place. This is the first step, and this is the beginning of like how Unacademy looks like. After you download the app, you will be having access to the trending courses, the teachers, the educators who are teaching, the courses what they are teaching, the upcoming courses. All these things will be available to you. Not only that, you will be made available to special classes which are free for all. So, my dear students, what are you waiting for? Download the Unacademy Learners app. This is a brief about me. This is Raghu Chikarange Goda with you. I have been teaching UPSC aspirants for the past 11 years. In this direction, I have written many books with respect to polity, ethics, and also India Yearbook current affairs. Point to context, a top 2015 UPSC Civil Service examination with respect to GS4. That made me to develop a keen interest, and I have taken up ethics integrity teaching in a big way, and I have spent a lot of time in reading ethics books. In this direction, I have read all the 15 ERC reports, and I have summed up the things required for ethics paper in part 1, and according to syllabus I have written part 2. I'll be providing PDF notes on this Telegram channel. You can contact me on this link. There are more than 100 top educators. There are more than 100 top educators who are working at an academy. You name the subject, you have got a top educator there, like Brunal Patel, Roman Saini, Prakash, Aish Sangvi, Anshu Malik. Not only me, there are hundreds of teachers who are working at an academy, who are the top educators. These top educators have created more than 15,000 courses for UPSC Civil Service examination which comprehensively cover the syllabus. You take the subject, take the topic, you have got more than 100, 200, 300 courses already completed, not videos courses, my dear students. Whether it may be polity, history, geography, economy, environment science, problem solving, any of these things. Already hundreds of courses are already being completed, and also many dozens of courses are upcoming. At Unacademy, we have primarily got two types of courses. As I told, just with app, downloading the app, you'll get access to many things free. Along with this free, we have got plus things, plus courses which are available to those who take plus subscription. In this plus subscription, you'll be having access to live classes, test series, unlimited practice, and structured courses. With my promo code Buddha, you'll be getting 10% discount. For 1 year, you'll be charged just 3,730 rupees per month. That is 20, 44,550 rupees, my dear students. If you are really in need of a personalized coaching, then you have to go for iconic subscription where you will be assigned a personal coach who will take care of, will be having a hand holding facility. Coach will tell you what exactly you have to do. He will guide you through. If you are especially in the graduation, if you are not aware of the things what are going outside, if you are staying in some remote area, I strongly recommend iconic subscription. As the number of days or number of months or years increases, the cost decreases, per month cost decreases. If you go for 2 years subscription, it will be 96,300, my dear friends. It will be very, very cheap in fact, because it will be just 4,000 per month, my dear students. With my promo code Buddha, with 10% discount, it will be very, very cheap for you. Having realized the importance of optional subject, we have kept optional as a separate entity to give a focused approach to the optionals, where you'll be getting 10% discount with my promo code Buddha. With 1 year subscription, you will be charged just 2,063 per month, my dear students. Recently, we have launched a very, very exciting Unacademy Combat, the most competitive gamified UPSC civil service battle ever appeared till date. This is like to just brief about you. It is a very, very like competitive, very interesting format thing where you'll be having even 45 minutes. There will be 60 questions and there will be 13 combats, and it will be conducted fortnightly every alternate Sunday. This is based on relative scoring, and there will be 6 sections, my dear students. And for this, you will be winning exciting prizes. As you are aware, we are very, very fast approaching June 27th. You have got prelims. In this regard, we have come up with lot of many new courses, especially from the top performers. Ultimate GS batches bilingual. The pathway to crack UPSC civil service examination, the best faculty have started just yesterday, where we will be providing PDF material, full coverage of syllabus, prelims test series analysis. Everything will be made sure. Not only that, we have got courses for 2022, 23, all these things. Having realized the importance of the, like, to cater to the importance and needs of the students, we have taken everything in a specified way to cater to the needs of the students. We have got bilingual, only Hindi, only English, and also for 21 we have got different batch. We have got different batch for 22 and 23. If you are writing in 23, choose accordingly. Take the subscription today. If you take 3 year subscription, it will be very, very economical for you, my dear students. And also, I would like to inform you that iconic prices are increasing. If you are thinking of taking iconic subscription, it is the time to upgrade today. Wherever you upgrade or take any course, use my promo code Buddha and get 10% discount and also personal guidance. Iconic subscription is very, very good, especially for beginners. Having said that, let's start our case study preparation, mastering the UPSC civil service case studies. As I told you, my dear students, first of all, you have to solve only UPSC case studies. Only UPSC case studies. There are 46 case studies, including the 3 model questions which are given in 2012, my dear students. You have to solve all these case studies, and this will be very useful. In fact, 50% of the case studies have been repeated, my dear students. You please go through. Out of the 43, nearly out of these 43 case studies which have been there, nearly more than 20 case studies are repeated, my dear students. These three model question papers, they are fully, all the three are repeated. And other 23 are just modified versions of these things. Not only that, out of this 43, already 4 will be from workplace sexual harassment and 5 from environment. Means you can guess 9 out of this, means nearly 20% of the questions have come from only 2 topics. Like that, there are many topics. Another important area is, say for example, you are an officer. What will you do when the superior pressurizes to do some favors? What will you do when your subordinate is not working? This is the type where nearly 10 questions have appeared. And also another 3 questions have appeared where we have to show sympathy, empathy and compassion to the weaker section. Like this, see here itself I have shown you how nearly 20-25 questions have appeared. My dear students, first you master them. First you master them. And also, once you master, don't master as an individual case study. Master as a subject, as a topic. See, for example, sexual harassment case. If this is the case, what should I write? My dear students, why I'm stressing is again and again is UPSC is testing your attitude and problem solving. So intentionally time will be limited. What is attitude? You should know the meaning of attitude before you write the ethics paper. Attitude is mental predisposition, my dear students. Mental predisposition means which is already in your mind. So by reducing the time, UPSC is trying to bring out what is already in your mind, where your rational being is made to work at the least. Problem solving thing. Why in CSAT time is less? Because if you have that aptitude, it will definitely come out. Say for example in UPSC CSAT paper, if you are given one day, I hope definitely all will solve all the problems, isn't it? So this is the reason why they have reduced the time. So how to solve that? You should have a framework. You should develop an attitude already. Mental predisposition should be there. If this kind of question, how I have to write? That should be there. Having said that, as I tell always, your case study should indicate all these things, foundational values, the things which are there in draft public service bill, all the things, and also Nolan committee recommendations. Like here, important thing is with respect to leadership, you have to show leadership. Along with that, you should have a fair understanding of social influence and persuasion tactics and also emotional intelligence. Having said that, in all your paper, they are testing your attitude. First, know the meaning of what attitude is. Afterwards, you start solving the things. Your attitude should reflect ethics and integrity and also problem solving. My dear students, I would like to say one important thing with respect to problem solving. There is a great difficulty in teaching ethics paper, my dear students, because it's just 7 years old from 2013. Say, for example, you got the topics like history, geography, polity, all have years of the things. A person who teaches is well versed with these things for more than 10 years or 15 years. Here that is not possible, number one. And also, as you are aware, here there is sociology, there is psychology, and there is philosophy. One should have idea of all these things. And also here you have got 50% of the component near related to governance, that is civil service, public administration, and governance things, government, all these things. So comprehending all these things will be very difficult for anyone. So there is a lot of difficulty. It's a very young subject. For this, One of the trick is to decode the previous year questions itself. Decoding the previous year questions means, according to UPSC, what is the meaning of this? Say, for example, to give you one example, UPSC in one of its questions says that integrity means being uncorruptible. You take that one. You put in next answer, next wherever you find anything. So according to UPSC, integrity means uncorruptibleness. Is this clear? Okay. Problem solving. Why I was talking about this is, see, for example, 50% of the marks are in case studies. Major component of the case studies is problem solving. But has anyone told you how to, like, what is problem solving? How to approach the things? No. Problem solving is an important area which you have to consider. So I will give a one method, best method. Like, if you have not seen my previous videos, go and see. Like, I have talked in depth about problem solving. To develop problem solving, first and foremost, you have to develop optionals, my dear students. You have to develop options for any case study given. Try to come up with as many options as possible to begin with. So, as many options. If you are struck with 4, 5, try for another 6, 7, and increase. By this way, when you are increasing your options, you will get the problem solving ability. When you get the options, say for example, now you have got 9 options, then you can definitely pick the best among one of them, one instead of just 4. Is my point clear? So, how to develop problem solving? Problem solving technique approach is just take a case study, preferably only UPSC case study, develop as many options as possible, whether it's good or bad. Develop as many as possible. Don't try to write everything, just scribble down. Okay, this is a thing, this is a thing, this is a thing. Afterwards, pick those which solve the problem and also which show your attitude, where you are projecting your ethics, integrity, all these things. Is this point clear? Problem solving is a very important component. To develop problem solving approach and technique, you should first have the habit and practice getting as many options as possible. Afterwards, you can select. Isn't it isn't it making sense? You should first have options, then only you can select. Having said that, let's start today's case study. This is a very, very important case study. Here, as you are aware, UPSC is testing your attitude and problem solving approach. You have to show both of them. In some, problem solving things will be high, in some, showing your attitude will be high. So, depending on the questions, you have to show both of them. In fact, 2017 is one of the easiest question paper. The thing why it was is, the case studies are very, very small, very small. Because of this reason, people have got more marks. Let me begin. You are aspiring to become an IAS officer and you have cleared various stages and now you have been selected for personal interview. So you have been selected for personal interview. On the way to the interview, on the way to the interview, sorry, on the day to the interview, on the way to the venue, you saw an accident where a mother and child who happened to be your relatives are badly injured. What they need immediate help. What would you have done in that situation? Justify your action. See here, my dear students, one of the things is, like, most of the students they write saving the life is a very, very important thing, and also, like, I can get service next year, it doesn't matter, first I have to serve here. Why I am becoming why I am becoming an IAS officer is, I have to serve people. This is a chance where now itself I can serve. These kind of answers are not the good answers, my dear students. Here the thing is, see, you you are going to UPSC for interview. On the way, there is some emergency work which has to be attended. How you will manage both is what they are asking. Is it clear? If you say that I will directly go to interview, that is also wrong. If you say that I will manage only with the accent, that is also wrong. You have to do the both the things. And also, one key thing which most of the aspirants they ignore is they need immediate help. That is the one important thing which you have to address. For this, as I told you, you have to imagine in that situation. My dear students, imagine yourself. You are going for an interview. You are going for UPSC interview, or you are going for one of the like most important interview in your life. How will you go? How will you go to one of the most important interview for which you have put your everything? Here, two things you have to make the things, my dear students. See, this is just a small thing. Here, you have to show your attitude and also problem solving thing. Your attitude should reflect your ethical standards and also integrity. First thing, imagine yourself you are going. Like you won't be going, generally, you won't be going in public transport. You'll be having a auto, or you may be going in some taxi, cab. One thing you have to take into consideration. Second thing, you generally won't be going alone. Somebody, at least some friend, some family member will be accompanying with you. And third one, you also have to mention that generally I go a little early. It shows that by this way, it shows that you are a punctual person. Whenever a chance is given, you should show your attitude. It says that, say, for example, if interview is at 12 o'clock, you have to, like, you can say, like, generally, I'll be early to the interview for very important interview like that. I'll be maybe at 10 o'clock, I will be there. 11 o'clock, maybe I will be there. So I'll be still having 1 hour or 2 hour, which I can spare here. The most important crux is they need immediate help. You should concentrate on that. All other things are secondary. So let me solve this for you in a systematic way, my dear students. First is this two things you have to internalize. One is mother and child, they are your relative, they are badly injured and they are in need of immediate help, and this is on the day of the interview. Is this clear? Badly injured, they need immediate help. So in this regard, what you can do? Say for example, as I told you, you should imagine the real situation. Say for example, it is you. You should begin your answers like this. Generally, I'll be accompanied to an interview or a very important thing with one of my family member or friend. Step by step, you have to solve this one. So when I see this child and woman in an accident thing, I will rush to those places. I will do first aid. You have to do first aid first. They need immediate help, my dear students. First is you have to do first aid. Afterwards, assigning that work to your family, friend, asking them to board, and all these things. And also, here, as I told, you will be going in a vehicle. So, they need immediate help. You have to give that vehicle to them, or you have to transport them in the same vehicle where in which you are moving. Then, if it is not possible, you can go for ambulance, calling the ambulance. See here itself, we have given three answers. First is immediate help. So first rush to the place and do first aid. Your family members are there. If they can take care, assign that work to them. And the vehicle you are traveling, give that to them. And second, you have to mention generally I'll be 1 or 2 hours early. So I'll first do the first aid. Afterwards, I'll admit to the hospital nearby. Then I'll go to UPSC. If these two are not there, see, by this itself, you have shown you are a man of punctuality because you are going early. You may think that this may appear silly, but one question, my dear students, see, this always has happened. A student is always coming late to the school, late to the college. Do you expect that person to be punctual when he joins the organization or service? No. Here, when you say that generally I'll be in time or early for a very important occasion, then it shows how punctual you will be. If you don't have anything next, no one, and if you don't have these things, first and second, if they are rolled out, then you have to first give first aid, and also you should make sure that these people are somehow shifted to the hospital. If these two are not present on the way or in the meantime, you have to call UPSC. Sir, this is the thing what has happened. So, do I have a chance for coming late? Can I postpone the interview? Is there anything like that? If UPSC says yes, then no problem. You can go to hospital and all take care of all these things. Otherwise, if no means, you can just shift them to hospital and afterwards you can go to UPSC interview. During this process, you should call your relatives, your own family members, your friends. You should assign this job to them and you have to move to interview. So here first important thing is, since they are badly injured, you have to do first aid and you have to rush them to hospital. Since they are your relatives, if not your relatives also, you can assign that work to someone else and you can go to UPSC interview. Afterwards, please don't forget to write like after the interview, I'll go and meet them. This is a very important thing. Most of the students they won't write this. They will stop just going to the interview. Your thing should not stop. Like first to begin with, you are putting your relatives in the hospital. Afterwards, you are going to the UPSC. Afterwards, after interview, you have to go to the hospital to look at the mother and child. Is this clear for you, my dear students? Any doubt with respect to these things? If you have any doubt, Ram Kumar, if you have any doubt, please let me know. Next, see here, this is a very, very important case. This 2017, the case studies are very small, but they include lot of depth and insights in them. My dear students, see in this case study, I'll just brief the things. One worker has died, but while in while he was on duty. After investigation, it is found that he was drunk. So company did not give compensation. But the workers are going on strike, demanding compensation. At this time, what will you do? There are many things involved here. Let me read this for you I will read these things. You are the head of the human resource development. You are the head of the human resource department of the organization. One day, one of the workers died on duty. This is a very, very important thing. Died on duty. His family is demanding compensation. His family is demanding compensation. However, the company has denied compensation. This is also important. At first, it has already denied the compensation because it was revealed in the investigation that he was drunk at the time of accident. So he was drunk. So they have not given the compensation. The workers of the company went to strike demanding compensation for the family of the deceased. So the workers are on strike. This is a very, very unfortunate thing which has happened. So the workers are in favor of the person who has died in the workplace. The chairman of the management board has asked your recommendation. What recommendation would you provide the management? Discuss the merits and demerits of each of these recommendations. What will you do in this regard? What will you do? Your answer should be very, very logical. Lakshya Singh, what will you do? Ram Kumar, what will we do? What will be your opinion with respect to these kind of things? See here, first of all, you have to consider two things, my dear students. He has died on duty. Second thing is, company has denied compensation. So, what is the reason for denying compensation? He was drunk. But the workers are on strike. These all these things should be addressed here. If you don't address these things, you are not solving the problem at all. What is the difference between, like, the difference in answer is only here. First of all, the company has denied. Now, if the company gives compensation, it should have a valid reason. Otherwise, it will give a wrong signal to the workers that if you go on strike every time they will be giving the thing. At the same time, you have to be very careful because workers are with the person who has died. So what will you do in this regard? See here, it is not about story writing, not about number of words. It is about solving the problem and also showing your attitude. How you will solve this problem? See, here I have come up with lot many things. Say for example, when not giving the compensation as the employee was drunk. So merits will be it sets a standard and deters the person because he was drunk, and it will be having like according to the law how it's a compensation for the death when anyone has found dead. Demerits is the company has a responsibility of compensating his family if the death happened within the company premises. My dear students, this is important. One of the important things where company can be held responsible is it has happened within the company premises, and also they have allowed a person who has drunk to come into the company and work. These are serious things. How can they allow someone who has drunk? Say for example the same thing. The other example, a person has a student has come to your college drunk, and what it shows the culture of the thing. In the first place, how did you allow him? Isn't it? Compensate that this is to employee's family. Merits will be like it will help the family members financially as well. This step will increase the respect for the company's management in the eyes of the workers. This is only one part. On the other hand, it will take the company in a very, very loose level. Means if they go on strike, they will give compensation. Otherwise, they won't give. Next time also, they will start the same thing. This step can send a wrong signal to the other employees. That is, drinking at the time of employment also is not bothering. They will also come drinking. 50% compensation. Means since he was drunk, give 50% compensation. Provide job to some of the family members as employees. This may cool down the families. My dear students, all these things somehow are most popularly given by all of the things. I won't suggest you all these things, to be frank, because as I told you, my dear students, already company has denied the compensation because he was drunk. Then how can they give that? If they give, it will be very, very wrong thing. It shows that company has done something wrong. Why did the company did not give in the first instance itself? That is one thing. Here the main thing is with respect to the workers. Workers are on strike. Workers are unrest. Workers are the souls of the company. They are not with you. So this shows lack of confidence with the company, with the management. And you as a human resource development department person, you have to take the full responsibility for that. So what is the way out? See, among this, I I may say Third and fourth have some merit, not all the other things. Because you have already denied, you can't give the thing. And also, you can't deny as for long because workers are on strike. In both the cases, there is danger. So 50% may be given, and also family members may be given employment so that compensation amount will be with you. But the best method, what I thought is, for this, there should be the following things. One is an inquiry committee, or a committee should be formed to decide. So a committee should be formed to decide the future course of action, consisting of the workers of the company and management. Is this clear for you? See here, one of the main thing now is the workers on strike, because to be speaking on a very rational basis, and also to show your leadership, all these things, company is not wrong. But there again, like, you cannot decide whether the accident has happened just because he was drunk, or failure of the machinery. All these things are very very like distracting the things. You have to be very specific, you won't have the luxury of this time also. First is, you have to form a committee involving the workers. This is my thought after seriously thinking many, like a lot. I have come to this conclusion. Then act accordingly. This is one thing. Second is, in company you don't have insurance policy against that kind of accidents. So there has to be some accident insurance policy. So the burden of all these things won't be on the management, because insurance will company will take care of all these things. Next, preventive measures. You have to take responsibility, and this has to be a lesson for you. So Punish Sharma, is this useful for ESE? I'm sorry, Punit, I don't know the syllabus of ESE. If you have in them case studies, definitely it will help. If you have case study, Punit, in this examination, I don't know the syllabus of ESE. So if you have case studies in that, definitely it will help, because these are the standard case studies by the apex of the people prepared, top UPSC prepared. So now, preventive measures, like you have to make sure that people who are drunk, intoxicated, or any of that sort should not come. And here, somehow you should send a strong message that if there is something wrong with the workers, we will not tolerate. You have to be sympathetic. He is your worker. He has worked for you. But the only thing is, you can't your laws and regulations should not be so malleable that just by strike all these things, they should not do those things. So the best method is that. So all these things, I suggest third 50%, because he was drunk, and also employment. But I am going with this. Committee should be formed, and in that workers should be there, and also management will be there, and should act accordingly. So because it will satisfy both, and all the problems will be resolved. For that, insurance policy and preventive measures should be taken here. This is clear. Any doubt with respect to those things? Okay. This is a very very straightforward question, my dear students. This, see, for example, here, this is a very very straightforward question. In this question, I'll just sum up the things for you. So in this question, what they are saying is, being unethical, being unethical, being unethical is very good. It is helping you. Being ethical, you will be in trouble. Only few persons are ethical, it won't make any sense. For you, for this kind of questions, there is no need for you to agree with the things, because these are very, very unethical, my dear students. Have a look at these things which are given here. Take the first one. My dear students, here there is a trap. Examine the above statement and give merits and demerits. Here, merits you can't say. If you are corrupt, if you are corrupt, you'll be having a luxurious life. There won't be problem. No, that kind should not be. See, everything you are writing, this is not a essay type of things where you are listing merits and demerits. Your merits and demerits listing will project your attitude. Is this clear for you? So when you are writing merits and demerits are also be careful. When you say that taking bribe has lot of merit because you will prosper, like you will be become very near to the superiors, you'll be getting good placement, you'll be getting lot of money. These things are wrong. Let me explain these things like this. So for the first one here, first one is there is a general perception. So before that, you are a honest and responsible civil servant. You often observe the following. What are these following? You are a honest and responsible civil servant. You are already an officer. You often observe the following. So for this, you have to give merits and demerits. Say for example, there is a general perception that adherence to ethical conduct, one may face difficulties to oneself and cause problem to family, whereas unfair practices may help to reach career. Is there any advantage, merit in all these things? We have to summarily reject this. See there, the wordings is themselves. Ethical conduct, you will face lot of difficulties. Unfair, unethical things will help you prosper the goals. If you say there are merits in these things, you are showing your attitude. Don't do that. This perception is wrong, you have to write. Generally, adhering to ethical conduct, one may not face difficulty to oneself and cause problems for family. Unfair practices will not help to reach the career goals. See what he has told? You have to summarily disagree with those things. You have to summarily disagree. Though corruption prevails in the government bodies, the wrongdoers do pressurize the unwilling colleagues. Definitely. Threat is rare. An officer has adequate safeguards. It is if one faces threats, he has to face them and seek the police help. See here, you are a civil servant already. My dear students, it's my personal experience. If you are very, very ethical, there is no threat for you. Because they know what you are. They won't come to you at all. First of all, there are chances, but you have got adequate safeguards, my dear students. As I have already told you, see, only in movies you see your mafia guys on police. Mafia guys will be killing police, killing constable. How many cases in your real life you have come across a case where a constable is killed by a police? Leave apart during encounters. They are not in a position to take revenge. The system is strong. System is very, very powerful. Is this clear? So there is no harm if you are ethical. Adequate safeguards are there. You might be knowing what the safeguard what a IAS officer has. Leave apart IAS officer. Come to Tahsildar. They have a lot of safeguards. Here you are given the position of civil service servant. So you have got lot of safeguard. Nothing to worry. Next. Next, they say that when the number of people adopting unfair means is large, a small minority having a penchant towards ethical means makes no difference. This also you have to summarily say no. You cannot agree. There is no merit in all these things itself. You have to say it doesn't make no difference. You have to say does make a difference. Civil service is a national call. Is a national call. Your national duty. You are agreed. You are duty bound to serve the nation. Don't worry about the majority or minority. Be good. You should be the change which you wish to see in this world. Since some large portion of are unethical, it doesn't license you to become unethical. You have taken the pledge. You have taken a contract with the government under the seal and sign of the president that you won't be involving in corrupt practices. Then you cannot. Though you may be minority, you should lead from the front. You should be the first person to lead. And also, you should be the role model. You should be the role model. And there is a great joy, satisfaction, pride in doing ethical things. This is clear, my dear students. Small majority is the reason. There is a small majority who are ethical. That is the reason why people still have belief in government. Isn't it? Have you lost complete faith on government? We do have. One of the reason, my dear students, your answer for this I will give one important example which I have given, especially in Kant's case. Say for example, a child goes to the shop to get some bread. Child goes to the shop to get some bread. Shopkeeper takes the correct price and gives the correct change because he is afraid that if child goes and tells that shopkeeper has overcharged and given wrong change, through word of mouth it will be spread that this person will be is dishonest, shopkeeper is dishonest, then his business will go down. For this reason he has given correct change as he has taken correct money. This logic you should not show in your examination. Is this clear? See, you should not mention that if you take bribe tomorrow I may be caught, so for that purpose I am not taking bribe. This is clear. You should not mention sentences like why I am not taking bribe means if I take bribe today or tomorrow I will be caught. Means what does this indicate? You are not having honesty on your own. You are honesty because you may be caught. These kind of things should be avoided in the examination hall. Third, sticking to the ethical means is determinantal to the larger developmental goals. This is a very very bad thing. There is no merit in this at all. See here they are saying if you are like if the society is corrupt then the development will increase. Sticking to ethical means is determinantal to the larger developmental goals. Has this appeared anywhere? You have to give examples of the many African countries where corruption is high. Take the example of Pakistan, take our own country where corruption is very high, so where development is very very low. My dear students, we are lagging very very long, like very far behind in human development and many other indices, and we are very very ahead in top position with respect to corruption. So this statement is utterly wrong. Ethics is equal to no corruption. So ethical means striking to ethical means there should not be corruption. Corruption retards development. This has been proved. These people in this statement is saying that if you have corruption, there will be development. No, it is proving that it has been proved that corruption retards development. Give the example of European countries, America, Singapore. Why not our Sri Lanka, where corruption are very very less and there is a high development. So this is very much wrong. Is this clear? So here they are telling ethical means. Ethics Failure of ethics, lack of ethics is equal to corruption, according to second ARC. So there is no ethics means there is corruption. There is corruption means there is no ethics. If there is corruption means, as you know, there won't be development. Is this clear? You can give empty of example for that, but since you have to write in a very crisp way, you can just say this is wrong for these reasons. Next, see, this is also the very like, these are the things which you already know. The only thing is you have to write them very fast. You can write them very fast only when you have them in your mind. While one may not involve oneself in large unethical practices, but giving and accepting small gifts make the system more efficient. Are you with this statement? They're saying that, so don't involve in like big unethical practices. There is nothing wrong in giving small things. Say for example here, this is the reason why we have got lot of delays, this red tapeism delay in these fields. This P1 attender in office is not making huge amount of money. He won't pass the file at all because he wants something. That something is, they say, greasing the wheels. So wheels are struck. There is a need of greasing. That grease is bribe. They say that if you give small gift, the system will move very fast. This is a very much repeated. As it is been repeated, my dear students. Maybe in 2014 the same question has appeared. As like one of your friend who is preparing for civil service come to you. Here in this you are already civil servant. So in honesty, all these things, there is nothing like 50% honesty and 50% dishonesty. Everything begins with a small thing. Today you will begin with small gift, and tomorrow you will be having more. And also by giving and accepting small gift, you are in a very compromised position. They will say, "Sir, you took those gift. Take this big gift and do a big corruption." So there is nothing like small and big. Corruption is corruption, unethical is unethical, dishonesty is dishonesty, lack of integrity is integrity. There is nothing like 50% integrity, 50% non-integrity. Is this clear? So these kind of things, for this, my dear students, you cannot write merits. They have asked you to write merits and demerits. These things doesn't have any merit. If you say that if you give some money like 5 rupees, 10 rupees to P1, P1 will work more, then you are saying that corruption is feasible. There is nothing wrong with corruption. By any chance, don't show your attitude where you are appreciating corruption. If you want to write, also write as though like it is, like some feel that, some like you are not agreeing to that. Some feel that by giving some money, work can be, we can get the work done. Is this clear to you? Don't say that corruption is good or anything. Whatever you write in this paper will be reflecting your attitude. So this can be overcome only by practice. Don't use those words which shows that you are not having ethics and integrity. Whenever you are writing, see, first, one of the main important things I will tell you, my dear students. Whenever you are writing this ethics paper, especially case study, don't write what you will do. Write what an ethical person will do. I repeat it. Don't write what you will be doing. Write what an ethical person will do. What a person of integrity will do. Is this clear? So you have to write what that person will do, not you. Because these are very like trap kind of things where they are far from reality. But they can assess your attitude. By this, they can assess your ethics. So be careful in writing these kind of questions. So this is also a very important thing. Here, see here, I'll tell the gist and afterwards I'll read this for you. Here you are gone for a deal. You are gone to settle to make a deal. After having some discussion, you are coming to your hotel and that person with whom you have went for deal, because of his fault, because of his negligence, he commits an accident. You are the only sole witness. What will you do? See, my dear students, here making the deal, and this deal is very important for you. All these things are simply trap. You cannot take that stand because that is very, very wrong. See, here now, just for the sake of saving company, you are becoming corrupt. You are telling lie. Next day, for your interest, you will tell the lie. Next day, to amass, to corrupt yourself, you will tell that lie. Is this clear? So company, very, very this deal, and also here you can imagine that manager is coming to drop you, means a person who has come to help you. In this way, they are testing. These are simply traps. So in this, the only guidance I would like to give you for solving case studies is think of a very ideal ethical person. What that ideal ethical person will do, you write that, not what that trap is asking. Let me read this question for you. You are the manager of a spare parts company A. You are the manager. You have to negotiate a deal with the manager of a large manufacturing company B. The deal is highly competitive and sealing the deal is crucial for your company. The deal is being worked out over a dinner. Very competitive. This part also you have to take into consideration. It's competitive. There is no surety that you will get. That is one thing. That is one of the thing what they have mentioned. And dealing is being worked out over a dinner. Like they want to eat and they want to finalize the thing. After the dinner, the manager of the company B, means the other company with which you are dealing, offer to drop you. He has offered to drop you. He want to help you. So he want to drop you to the hotel in his car. On the way to the hotel, he happens to hit the motorcycle, injuring the motorcyclist badly. This is the very important thing. So this is very important. Still important is next one. You know that the manager was driving fast, is committing fault. Thus he lost the control. See, this is the thing. This is the only thing on which you have to act, not the deal. It is very, very crucial, very important for you. No, because if you are just tilting there, you're just compromising. You're concealing a crime. You're protecting a crime. Guilty should be punished, isn't it? Just you have to work on these things. See, you know the manager was driving fast. One thing, it is legally wrong, and he lost his control. That was the reason why he has hit the motorcyclist. The law enforcement officers come to investigate the issue, and you are the sole witness to it. You are the sole witness. Knowing the strict laws permitting to road accident, you are aware that your honest account of the accident would lead to prosecution of the manager, and as a consequence, the deal is likely. They're not saying like chances are there likely to be jeopardized, which is of immense importance to your company. What are the dilemmas you face? What will be your response to the situation? Here, in fact, the thing is, you should not have any dilemma. You should not have any dilemma. The only dilemma which you can say think of is, see, that person has come to drop you, means he wanted to help you. In the fit of helping you, he has done something wrong. So for that you have to pity, you have to sympathize. That's it, not more than that. He has done wrong, he has done mistake, he has to be punished. That is the thing. So here, first, the things which are the things which you have to keep in mind. The manager has offered to drop you to the hotel. that should like make you some sense because he wanted to help you. It's a very like for you. He's showing like helping a hand. He hit the motorcycle. He was injured badly. Manager was driving fast and lost his control. Prosecution of the management manager and consequent. These are just the traps. So what you have to do? You have to give the correct account of the things what has happened. And also, my dear students, in most of the books they mention these things. Please don't mention these kind of things. See, if I protect the manager, if there is CCTV, they will come to know that I was wrong. By that, I may be prosecuted later. No, these kind of things you should not tell because it indicates that you are telling truth because there may be some CCTV cameras there by which you may be caught. You are not telling, you are not honesty for the sake of honesty. You are honesty for the sake of you being caught. Is this clear? So they have come to you, just give the information what correctly happened. Is this clear? Because the manager of B has made a crime as a mistake. He has broken the law. It was his fault. If you are protecting him, your attitude showing unethical practices. So your attitude is wrong. Don't mention things like if there is a CCTV camera nearby the accident site, they will come to know. If I tell that he was riding very slow, don't mention that. Then it implies that you are telling honestly, you are honest because you are afraid that you may be caught. Otherwise, you may not be honest. Is this clear? Okay. Next, here one more. See, here just they have asked a question. I'll tell the gist first. The building limit. So number of floors which you can build is 3 floors. Means like you will have ground floor first. Afterwards, you will be having first floor. Means 3 floor are allowed. But there are some person who has built fourth, fifth, and also sixth. This building has collapsed. Lot of people, including women and children, have died. After suddenly, government has announced compensation to them. So, what will you do to prevent these things? What are the reasons for these things? What they have asked. Many students have taken this question itself wrong. Let me read this for you. A building, a building permitted for 3 floors. A building permitted for 3 floors while being extended illegally to 6 floors by a builder. So this builder is the culprit who has extended for another three. Means he has doubled the criteria been given. Builder collapses means completely it is collapsed. As a consequence, a number of innocent laborers, including women and children, have died. See, women and children, this is one of the things. So they have used migrants in that women and children are also there at the site. There may be many reasons. The child may be like taking rest, playing, anything. They are not saying that they were working here, all these things. Women and children have died. These laborers are migrants from different places. The government immediately announces cash relief and aggravated families and arrest the builder. Give reasons for such incidences taking place across the country, suggest measures to prevent their occurrence. So they are saying give reasons for such incidents taking place across the country. Here, if you are writing like the reasons for such kind of incidents are the building material was not good, and if you are taking like improper construction design, failure to ensure worker safety, failure to supply safeguard equipments, employment of untrained and inexperienced women and children, absence of qualified engineers in the contract side, adequacy of qualified superiors and engineers at work sites, all these things. These are the things which they are not asking. See, what they are asking is three floors permitted, but six floors have been built. It has collapsed. It has collapsed. Means it's a private act. Government has given money. Government has given compensation. Why it has given compensation? Here you have to concentrate on this, not the reasons. This has fallen not because of these things. Good material, improved construction design, all these things. No. Permission is given for only three floors, but you have built six floors. This is the reason. How can they build six floors is the thing which you have to answer, my dear students. Is this point clear to you? See, this is like most of the people they give these things. This is wrong. We should not give. They are asking for you. What they are asking is, see, three floors permission is granted, but people are building six floors. These buildings are collapsing. So what is the thing you have to do? See here once again. I'll sum up the things for you. Give reasons for such incidents to take place across the country and suggest measures to prevent them. So give reasons for such incidents, not the building collapse. What is the what we are here your like previous answer was you have got fever. You are giving medicines to fever. You are not going to the cause of the fever. Why fever has occurred? You have to go for the cause, not just a fever. 300 people in a place have got fever. So how to prevent this? Means give medicine, paracetamol. Why did they get suddenly? What was wrong with them? This is the main thing which you have to look into consideration. Afterwards, others. Here, building was permitted for three floors, but it was illegally built for six floors. How dare they build? Because it is visible. Say, for example, in your city, only three floors can be built. Then what is the indication? What is the take home if some are having six floors? What does that indicate? So you have to give those reasons. And here for this, what you have to like one of the important thing is government immediately announces cash relief. Why does the government does? It is not a government work because government also knows that there is a problem with this. It is government's responsibility. Government has failed in taking those responsibilities, fulfilling those responsibilities. Isn't this, my dear student? Isn't this the correct reason? So what are the reasons for that? You have to write poor implementation of construction laws and rules. Implementation you are lacking. Collusion between builders and officials because like it is like day a dacoity in daytime. They say in Kannada hagalu dorode. Subah subah hi robbery in front of everyone. Means three floors in that there are six floors. Definitely it will collapse. Why has the government given only for three floors? Because it is the only correct thing. There is corruption and also failure on the part of government. This is the main reason why government has given compensation. There is no culture of integrity among the people. What is integrity? What is integrity, my dear students? What is integrity? Ram Kumar, Punit, Madhu. What is integrity? Following ethics is integrity. People don't have the culture of integrity means people don't have the culture of following ethical standards. Absence of strong civil society. See a strong building, six floors is standing. All the people know that. Why they are not opposing? There is no strong civil society. Political interference is giving permissions and no fear among the culprits. These are the reasons why you have got six floors built, even though the permission is only for three. For all this reason, and the government also knows its lacunae. That is the reason government has given uh, compensation. Is this clear? So this will be the first reason. Give reasons for such incidents to take place. So here you should not give reasons for why buildings are collapsing. You should give reasons why in place of three floors, six-floor buildings are built. This is leading to the collapse. Strict next suggest measures to prevent their occurrence. Strict enforcement of the laws, punishment, cancellation of the permit for such builders and construction companies, setting up of tribunal, going for GPS tagged things. Is this clear? So implementation, investigation, tribunal, all these things should be made very strict. And also you have to add all these things. So they are asking measure to prevent that. You should have a strong civil society and there will be a culture of integrity. There is a part of failure among the government functionaries, government. There is a strong collusion. You have to prevent them. So all this point you have to read, my dear students. Is there any doubt with respect to these things? So this is the way you have to write, not these reasons. So in most of the books they give this one. So this is not the reason. This is they are giving like how to make the building strong. Our point here is not to make the building strong. Our point here is to prevent a person from building three floors extra. The reason for that we have to. These reasons definitely I am saying they are not completely wrong, but these are not the main things on which you have to concentrate. You have to concentrate on the failure to comply with the laws. People are not afraid. There is a collusion. There is a failure on the part of government. And also, people, there may be contractor or anyone, they are not complying with the laws. They are not afraid. There is no proper punishment. So, all these things you have to mention in your answers. Next one, see here, RTI. See, my dear students, by this time, tell me how many percent of the questions have repeated in this almost in this 2017. 80% of like more like almost all the case studies are repeated. RTI you got, civil servant who says that corruption is good. Previously, the other same one person who is preparing for civil service came. Everything they are repeating, my dear students. So first, internalize the things. Internalize the things. So this is about RTI. RTI is one of the remarkable things, my dear students. Second ARC and many say that it is taking our country from darkness towards light. A remarkable thing. See, right to information. This was a path breaking thing. For the first time, citizens had a right for asking information. That too under Act. I think you know the importance of Act. Act means passed by Parliament. Means it is having very very high status. Your executive Modi ji and company they cannot do anything because it is an act. It is made by Parliament. Parli- Constitution is supreme. Below that you have got acts or laws. These are made by the legislature. Below that comes your ministers. They make what is called rules and regulations. Since the Parliament has given by law, this is very very important milestone in bringing transparency, accountability, all these things. And also, since in a democracy you are the king, you have got all the rights to know what your servant is doing. It is not the kind of benevolence. It is your right. It is your fundamental right. Who is the king in democracy? People. So you have got all the right to know what they are doing. But here I'll just sum up the thing. Though I'll read it, I'll just sum up the things. See, While applying, there are genuine and non-genuine applicants. Non-genuine applicants. So how to separate them is the question. So all this drama, all this thing, almost like just an introduction to you. Just the crux is how to separate genuine and non-genuine. Like who are taking, who want to have like their vested interest fulfilled, non-genuine. How to separate genuine and non-genuine application is the thing. Here, let me read it for you. You are public information officer. See here, just they have mentioned this one. At the end, almost they have not taken into consideration these things. You are a public information officer in a government department. You are aware of the RTA Act 2005 and visualizes transparency and accountability in administration. So, envisages transparency and accountability in administration. The act has functioned as a check on the supposedly arbitrary administrative behavior in action. My dear students, I told you, take many things from the question itself. See, this UPSC is saying. So, all this point you have to you add in theory. Here they are giving the exact picture. What is happening? So, these things should be there. See, everything from first till this one, all these things you have to cut and you have to paste in your material. This is a very good information what they are giving. This this is very important because this is what UPSC also believes. What is there in the mind of UPSC? UPSC question paper setter is this one. However, as a PIO, public information officer, you have observed that there are citizens who file RTA application not for themselves. They file RTA application not for themselves but on behalf of such stakeholders who purportedly want to have access to information to further their own interest. So here a person X, a person X is applying. So he is not in need of this information. He is applying on behalf of some Y, some XYZ who want to have information for his own interest, for his personal interest. Next, at the same time, there are those RTA activists you might be knowing. They are very popular nowadays. They are seen as heroes who routinely file RTI application and attempt to extract money from the decision makers. They are there definitely. Their work is nothing. 10 rupees. Go and put some application. See, in India, corruption is institutionalized. Institutionalized, if you ask under RTI, they have to give information on all the public servants. Say, for example, this is the thing which has come to my notice, and these things will have happened also. You can go and ask for the what they say income asset of a even constable, my dear students. So, if you want to know the income and asset of a constable, go pay 10 rupees and ask for the asset of this constable. Because why? This constable has to disclose his asset. But you know that this constable has made some extra things, like say is having a extra building, things like that. So you put a application, so in that you will show like this constable has only one house, but you know that this constable has five houses. So going to this constable and showing, see, you have got five houses, but you have shown only one in your official record. I will go and inform to the concerned SP IPS officer. Then this person will be like very much worried and you will give money to him. So this is what they are doing. Is my point clear? You can ask the property things, everything of any government official, because all government officials have to furnish what all the properties they have. Okay, the exact money from the decision maker. This type of RTI activism has affected the functioning of the administration adversely, and also possibly jeopardizing the genuineness of the applications, which are essentially aimed at getting the justice. So they, because of this, they are not only giving trouble, they are not only extracting the money, they are also affecting the genuine persons who want to get the correct information. What measures would you suggest to separate genuine and non-genuine applications? What measures you would suggest to separate genuine and non-genuine applicants? This is a very difficult question, my dear students. Very difficult, because if you suggest anything, the very purpose of RTA will go down. How can you differentiate between genuine and non-genuine things? One thing. The other important thing is, here there is a fear, there is corruption. So they are making use of that. If the concerned official himself is correct, is ethical, there is no point to bother at all. Is my point clear? So for this kind of things, better way will be to, first of all, on a priority basis, let them disclose the things what they have already have. Then this all these things won't come. See here, the two things which are raised here, the two things which have been raised is, number one, with respect to A. A is putting application, with respect to A is putting application at RTI, but this information is not for A. This is putting for B. B wants this information, for that is taking this information and giving this. So B is utilizing this for his individual interest. Individual interest. Next, another person, another kind, what they are telling is RTI activists. What they are doing? They are taking information and they are doing extortion. So, my dear students, here one thing, the question would have not been asked, because first of all, why they have to worry? My question is, why they are worrying? Since they have done something wrong. See, information is information. There is nothing like genuine or non-genuine. If that would have been the case, law would have been made those things. It is not possible. If you try to segregate this genuine and non-genuine, the very purpose of RTI will go down. It is not possible. But there are many things somehow given in lot of books, so I have mentioned them. I will try to come up with a better answer. I tried a lot, but it is not possible, because you cannot separate it genuine and non-genuine application by any means. See, I have written mains with public administration 5 times. In all this regard, somehow it is very difficult to segregate genuine and non-genuine. By any case, if you do that, the very purpose will go down. So there is very difficult. Almost there are demerits itself, no merits at all. See, if you want to make these things, they will take the advantage of these things. Say for example, these things, I will give the things which are popularly given in most of the books. I'll just dictate the things here. Number one suggestion: to segregate genuine and non-genuine application. The applicant seeking information should disclose his personal interest. This is a very bad thing. You need information, you should be that information should be freely available. If you have to disclose the personal interest, why you want, why you are personally involved, then what is the purpose of RTI? If the officer says, see, this personal interest is not involved, so go, they won't give. Say for example, the other one, you can say that personal interest, if it is not involved, show me the public interest. This may be very, like, to make, to certain extent it may make some sense. The person who is seeking information should say disclose his personal interest. That is very very bad. At least he has to disclose public interest, what is involved in that one. In this case, if you do that, genuine researchers, public spirited individuals who want to expose the government wrongdoing, they will be really hurt. Say for example, I know that there is a police department is very very corrupt, or the excise department is very very corrupt. I am asking the information about a IPS officer. What is his property? Did you get me? Say for example, think hypothetical thing. There is a IPS officer. I am very honest person. You think like that? I am a very honest person. This IPS officer is a very corrupt person. I am just going and asking the property details of this IPS officer because I know that he has got lot of things which I personally know. After getting the information, I can I can bring this police officer into book into the law. If they ask, please give me information about the wealth of this IPS officer, they say, what is your personal interest involved in that? What is the public interest involved in that? The very purpose of RTI will be defeated. But that is the thing. Next, if the PIO believes that an application is for any ulterior purpose or to settle personal scores, if the application is for some hidden motive or to settle the personal scores, he should have the power to reject it after recording the reasons. This is a very very bad thing, my dear students. As you know, then they won't give any information at all. This public information says that these are not genuine. How can you differentiate? Not possible. Then all these things, some more in this, disclosing the personal interest may not be the correct thing. Disclosing the public interest to certain extent it may be acceptable. And also giving the permission to the PIO to withhold the information, this is a very very bad thing. My dear students, there are billions of people, for just for the sake of some 10 100 thousands of people who are doing wrong. If you are imposing some restrictions, the very purpose of the RTI will be defeated. This is the hallmark of our democracy. And also they are asking information. They are asking information. The fault is there with the person. So you have to concentrate on that point also. Then this may be somehow to certain extent this too may be accepted according to me. That is, prepare a list of middlemen, some like middlemen people who are like always in the government of office, going with those things, furious complaint and application. So you may prepare a list of all these things, and somehow with some of these things, some of their activities may reduce. Second is, punish non-genuine applicants. See, this is also not that feasible, my dear students. Say, like that is how. Say, for example, I want to expose, like I don't have any score with any official. I want to expose a wrongdoer. Then anything you may give, they will misuse the things. Then one of the thing here, according to me, you write these things, but what I feel you have to conclude is, it is very very difficult to separate genuine and non-genuine applicants. And also information should be available like in a hassle free manner. Information should be given without any restriction. My point, my dear students, is there any point, is there any wrong in giving the information? No, it is not a secret, government secret. They are asking some legal information which you have to give. So there is no need of separating genuine and non-genuine applications, because it will like affect the very purpose of RTI very very badly. But if you still want, you can mention these things. I'll find out. If possible, I'll come up with a better answer for this. I tried and somehow I couldn't get. My dear students, you have got any doubt? Please let me know if you have got any doubt. If you don't have any doubt, then let me conclude this session. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel. And also use my promo Buddha to get 10% discount and join my Telegram group to get latest information and PDF. And also don't forget to press the bell icon. My dear students, let's crack UPSC. Take care.